All right, y'all, we are back with another video. I definitely had to bring y'all this, and I told y'all we're going to keep exposing Letitia James for the fraud she is. If a lot of y'all been watching and keeping up with all of this, y'all know she been hit with mortgage fraud. The same thing, she went after President Trump. Think about it. This woman ran on saying, I'm going to get Donald Trump. I'm going to take him down. I'm going to sue him. You know, she had him pay that $500 million fine. She was smirking and laughing at him in the courtrooms and stuff like that. She'll go outside the courthouse and just talk all type of crap about Donald Trump and all this. And she been hit with mortgage fraud. Now, look what this woman is trying to do. It's a breaking $10 million of our taxpayer dollars to defend Letitia James corruption. So you saying that New York is getting taxpayers to pay $10 million to defend her corruption? You have to be freaking kidding me. Even Fox News had broke this as well. We definitely about to get into this article, and I got a couple clips that I want to show y'all, but this right here is insane that they said that $10 million of your taxpayer dollars to defend Letitia James corruption. The same woman that said she was married to her own father to get a better tax rate. Lying about her apartment building, saying she had 4 when she had 5. Even the tenants went off on her saying that they got bed bugs, roaches, paint peeling off the wall. She won't do anything about it, but this is the same woman that was going out to other landlords talking about, I'm going to go out to landlords who ain't taking care of their tenants, but yet she ain't taking care of her own tenants. That is insane. So we definitely about to dive straight into this. Please hit the like button. I appreciate everybody that comes in, click on the video, hit the like button. It's very, very important to hit the like button because it helps get the video out there. So like I said, please hit the like button, and shout out to the ones who always watch the entire video. And let me know in the comment section that you did stay to the end, because it definitely helps get the video out there. And I really appreciate everybody, all the new subscribers. Like I said, everybody hitting that like button. Thank you. And let's keep exposing this woman, because she went after President Trump. Now we finna go after her. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight into it. So as y'all can see on the front of the screen right here, this is the article. We're gonna go over the article first. Say Albany sneaks in budget language that will put New York taxpayers on the hook for Tish James' legal bills if she's probed by Trump's administration. So we dive straight into it a little bit more. Say taxpayers could be on the hook for New York Attorney General Letitia James' legal bills during Justice Department probes into her alleged fraudulent real estate dealings, the Post has learned. Albany Democrats are expected to sign off on a provision allowing certain officials to tap into a $10 million fund to cover any reasonable attorney fees and expenses incurred, even as part of probes not directly related to their state employment. The language is being slipped into New York's operations budget bill, one of several expected to be made public and voted on starting Wednesday as the legislature moves to pass next year's fiscal plan. Multiple sources told the Post that the specific language in the bill would apply to James' looming legal fight. This is insane. I mean, this right here just pisses me off, and I know it pisses off everybody else. It's a New York Republican State Committee Chairman Ed Cox quickly lashed out over the move to slip a legal bailout to James, calling it an outrageous abuse of power and a slap in the face to every New Yorker. Because it's insane how she's trying to do this. So they're going to try to make taxpayers pay for this woman legal fees. No, she was trying to go after President Trump, having him paying all them legal fees, make her pay her own legal fees. You went after President Trump and making him pay all that. You pay your own stuff. Now they're trying to say that breaking $10 million of our taxpayer dollars to defend this woman's corruption? No. So we go on and say this is what corruption looked like in plain sight. Political insiders rigging the system to protect their own while hardworking families get shortchanged, he said in a statement. Tish James used her office to wage partisan lawfare against her political opponents, and now New Yorkers are footing the bill for the consequences. Under New York law, current and former state employees can be reimbursed for legal fees to defend themselves against lawsuits directly related to their work while in office, such as in the case with former Governor Andrew Cuomo, whose various scandals are estimated to have cost taxpayers $60 million and counting. So as y'all can see this, you can see this is where she kind of wrote off. You see it say Norfolk, state of Virginia, And then if you read this sentence right here, say, I hereby declare that I intend to occupy this property as my principal residence. And we all find out that right there was a bald-faced lie. It was a lie. She was stayed in New York the entire time. She never made that her principal residence in Virginia. It was all a freaking lie. So we go down right here. As y'all can see, it said, but the provision in the bill is specifically geared to benefit state employees who, as a result of their jobs, are subject to discriminatory or retaliatory treatment by the federal government. While the bill language shared at the Post doesn't mention James by name, it indicates state employees could be covered if the legally compulsive process was initiated by the Fed after January 1st, 2025, meaning following President Trump's election. So we go down right here. It says the bill would cover those who obtain representation by private counsel in response to any request, summons, command, subpoena, warrant, investigative interview, or document request, audit, or legally compulsive process started by the feds after the date as a result of the state employment or duties. Y'all can see this is one of the houses right here that she said that was her primary residence, but that was a lie. Everything about this woman screams fraud. Everything about her screams fraud. So we go on down right in here. We see it say James, who infamously declared that no one is above the law when she was prosecuting Trump over his business dealings, was hit with a DOJ criminal referral for instances of alleged mortgage fraud last month. She has claimed the referral is meritless and part of a revenge tour initiated by the president over her bringing civil fraud charges against him. The problem with that is Donald Trump didn't bring these charges. See, you got to realize it was a Democrat, Sam Antar, the one who brung it and sent it to the DOJ, but she trying to make it seem like it's a revenge tour. See, this is what I don't like. Every time they went after Donald Trump, this woman went after Donald Trump for years, ran on, I'm going to get Donald Trump. I'm going to get him. I'm going to take him out. I'm going to sue him.
And what would you say to people who say, oh, I'm not going to bother to register to vote because my voice doesn't make a difference, or I'm just one person?
I say one name, Donald Trump. That should motivate you. Get off your ass and vote.
Will you sue him for us?
Oh, we're going to definitely sue him. We're going to be a real pain in the ass. He's going to know my name personally.
I love it.
This is what she said, that now when stuff comes back on her, oh, it's just revenge. He ain't doing it because I really did something. It's just revenge. No, ma'am, your name is on these documents. It's on these documents.
And you want me to sit in my seat and stand idly by and allow this craziness to happen? You can come after me if you want, but you elected me to stand up. You elected me to use the law. You elected me to go to court. You elected me to continue to challenge this administration. You elected me to stand up for the least of God's children. You elected me to continue fighting on, and I will fight on.
You ain't finna get out of this. So they gonna say that James plans to rely on both state funds and a private legal defense fund to fight the battle, a spokesman for the AG's office confirmed. Donald Trump promised a vicious revenge tour when he ran in 2024, and he put Attorney General James at the top of his list and were ready to respond to these attacks, her representative said Wednesday. See, they keep trying to use that he said he was gonna go after her. But Donald Trump didn't go after her. This stuff just had came up. It just came up because you went after this man for fraud. And then if he turned around and find out that you are a fraud, you lied about your apartment building saying that you had 4 when you had 5, saying that you was married to your father to get a better tax rate. Like, he have every right to go after you. That'll make him want to go after you. He'll be like, man, look what this woman did to me. She said I was a fraud when I wasn't a fraud, but she's the real fraud. So why wouldn't he go after you? Why wouldn't he? So it just don't make any sense. So it says the Democrat in particular has been the subject of Trump's ire after she marshaled a civil fraud trial against him and his Trump organization that ended up with a $454 million judgment. Federal Housing Finance Agency Director William Pulte sent a letter to U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi on April 14 asking her to investigate and consider prosecuting James, alleging she falsified bank documents and property records. He alleged James falsely listed a home in Virginia as her principal resident, and we seen her signature. But she don't want to speak on any of this. She just want to keep playing victim. Oh, Donald Trump is going after me for no reason. He just on a revenge tour. Records show that James was listed as a co-borrower on a house being purchased by her niece. So, we're going down. It's her high-profile attorney, Ab David Lowell, claimed in a fury letter to Bundy April 24th that the Trump administration cherry-picked information against James and called Puerte's request for the DOJ to prosecute her client for mortgage fraud, improper political retribution. They ain't got nothing to do with no retribution. Trust me, this is the same lawyer, the same attorney that was just for Hunter Biden. And we know exactly what all he did. But he admitted she has mistakenly listed a Virginia home as her primary. So she mistakenly? What? So now he want to say she mistakenly. But he admitted she had mistakenly listed a Virginia home as her primary residence. Lowell, one of Hunter Biden's top lawyers in the scandal, scarred first son special counsel probe, was retained by the Attorney General office rather than James in her personal capacity, according to a Time Union's report. So now they want to say that she mistakenly listed a home as her primary residence. If she mistakenly, why every time when the guys asked her that was interviewing her, why she never spoke on it? Why she never said, I mistakenly did this? She is a lie. She didn't mistakenly do nothing. What it was, it's just like what Sam Antar did. She was banking on Joe Biden to win again because she was going to keep all this covered up. She didn't think Donald Trump was going to win. So with her being a fraud and making all of this money, that's why she was trying to prosecute Donald Trump. That's why she was trying to get Donald Trump in jail. She didn't want Donald Trump to win. That way she can cover up what she was doing. But since Donald Trump won, now she want to say, oh, this is a revenge tour. This is a revenge tour. And you got to realize Donald Trump them didn't dig this up. They didn't dig this up. This was coming from Sam Antar, a Democrat that dug all of this up and sent it to Pam Bundy's office. And now she want to say, oh, Donald Trump them going after me. Donald Trump the one that brung it up. But you the fraud. Now we see the reason why you was going so hard on Donald Trump. Now we see. So this is another thing right here I want to show y'all right here on the screen. This is what a guy was just saying. He said, wow, Letitia James is going to fight back against her FBI investigation using your taxpayer dollars. New York, a provision was added that will provide $10 million towards legal funds for elected officials like Letitia James who are defending cases against them in relation to their official duty. So Letitia James will obviously qualify for this, meaning that while she spent millions in taxpayer dollars attempting to ruin Donald Trump, she will now use millions more to defend herself against Donald Trump. This is truly corruption at its finest. I'm Armstrong Williams. You just can't make this up. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now, I want y'all to see this guy right here. And he said this what his name is, Armstrong Williams. Let's bring that down some so that way y'all can see it better. So let's go ahead and play this.
New York Attorney General Letitia James is going to fight back against the Trump administration's allegations of mortgage fraud against her. Guess how? Using your taxpayer dollars. In New York State's budget, a provision was added that would provide $10 million towards legal funds for elected officials like James who are defending cases against them in relation to their official duties. So James would obviously qualify for this, meaning that while she spent millions in taxpayer dollars attempting to ruin Trump, she will now use millions more to defend herself against Trump. Ha! This is truly corruption at its finest. I'm Armstrong Williams. You just can't make this up. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. And, of course, it made it over here to Fox News. And you got to hear what Laura Ingraham had to say about this as well. Because like I said, this is just bad. So she used all that money to go after President Trump, and now she's going to make taxpayers use $10 million of taxpayer money to defend herself. So that means she ain't got to come out of her own pocket. Like President Trump, he had to come out of his own pocket because of crap she was putting him through. And now she get to use taxpayers' $10 million to defend herself? That is insane. Let's go ahead and dive straight into this so y'all can hear exactly what Laura Ingraham had to say about this.
Victor, thank you very much. And taxpayers may be footing the bill for Letitia James's legal fees related to that mortgage fraud, the series of allegations that we broke right here on The Angle. Governor Kathy Hochul's budget bill now has language that would actually put taxpayers on the hook for officials dealing with Trump administration-led investigations. So if the DOJ takes up Tish's criminal referral and this bill passes, she could end up tapping into a $10 million fund to cover any reasonable attorney's fees and expenses incurred. Here to unpack that is New York State Senator Rob Ortt. Senator, thank you for joining us. How will this go over with the hardworking men and women of New York who've already seen enough of her games for a while?
Yeah, I mean, you're already in the highest tax state. There's any number. We're going to pass a budget, Laura, that's going to be about $255 billion here in New York in the next couple of days, passed, by Democrats in both the Senate Assembly, by Governor Hochul. And this is maybe one of the more egregious. They're going to take $10 million of public money, tax dollars, for private legal defense. Don't forget, this is regardless of whether it's even related to your job. So even if somebody else had a DUI, they could tap into this fund under this law. But this was drawn up expressly for one official, Tish James, to defend, so she can use the tax dollars for her legal defense against the federal government.
Legal slush fund. Yeah, legal slush fund because allegedly she wanted certain benefits that she got by fraudulently stating things, allegedly, on these mortgage applications. Senator, thank you very much.
So as y'all can see right there, that is crazy. So taxpayers can be the one that have to pay for this woman's legal fees. 10 million of your taxpayers to defend this woman's corruption. I mean, this is just truly insane. This woman should have to come out of pocket herself. But now she want to dip in and say using taxpayer dollars to defend herself? I mean, you just can't make this stuff up. I mean, you just can't. But like I said, y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about this. And like I said, I will keep y'all up to date as more news come out. So like I said, please subscribe to the channel. And like I said, shout out to the ones who did make it to the end of the video. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.